Reporting on a criminal trial brings its own special challenges. There are sealed documents, esoteric terms, and limited access to the most important players. That can leave reporters jockeying for any advantage, however slight. And this week, that caused trouble for Boston's Channel 7. WHDH's Adam Riley has more.
A stunning revelation during closing arguments.
Like other Boston media outlets, WHDH has been covering the murder trial of former Patriots star Aaron Hernandez aggressively.
The former Pats player was at the murder scene of Odin Lloyd.
But this week, the NBC affiliate found itself part of the trial. Two of the jurors complained that a WHDH vehicle had followed them and possibly photographed their license plates. Judge E. Susan Garsh was irate and hauled a cameraman onto the stand.
Robert Cusinelli.
And you work for WHDH Channel 7, is that correct?
Correct.
As his fellow cameraman waited outside to get him on video, Cusinelli acknowledged tailing jurors as they took a bus from court to their cars.
Earlier in the day, I was made aware that our station thought it would be good information to have the location where the jurors were getting on and off the bus.
But Cusinelli said that's as far as it went.
Do you write down the names of any of the license plates?
No.
And did you take pictures of any of the license plates?
No.
That explanation seemed to satisfy Judge Garsh. She said Cusinelli had violated her ban on contacting jurors and banished him from court, but said WHDH can still cover the trial.
Testimony is over in the Aaron Hernandez murder trial.
But maybe now with a bit more caution.
You know, this is probably going to turn some people off, but I actually have a fair amount of sympathy for Bob Cusinelli, who I don't know at all, by the way, but I mean, a lot of these news photographers are aggressive on their own. You know, they're not waiting for assignment editors or reporters telling them what to do. They have great instincts. They thought, you know, when the trial is over, oftentimes jurors do want to speak, and it's up to them. There's no gag order. And he thought, well, it would be advantageous to know where their cars are parked. He wasn't trying to, you know, get them to talk to him on the record then. That's what he said. I believe him. He wasn't shooting their license plates. I mean, he was doing what basically good news people do. He was using his instincts and he followed them there. I mean, I'm not going to say it was a mountain out of a molehill, but it didn't seem like that big a deal to me.
I share a little bit of your sympathy. I do also think there's something strange about the judge defining that you're not allowed to have contact with the jurors, and then defining contact as being in physical proximity.
Exactly.
Those seem like different things. If in fact he did not try to contact the jurors, which I would interpret as speaking with or talking to in some sort of way, I think there's some gray area. At the same time, there is sort of a party foul element to it that if you're going to be a sneaky guy, at least don't be in the van with your station logo on the side.
Yeah. Well, that's why I don't think he was trying to be sneaky.
I don't know. I think I'm with you, Emily. Yeah. My Northeastern colleague Alan Schroeder was interviewed by the Globe on this, and he said it didn't strike him as being that big a deal, and it doesn't strike me as being that big a deal either. Certainly, we can't do anything that is going to make the jurors feel intimidated or scared. And it does seem that one of the jurors was a little freaked out about this. So I guess we could say that he went a little too far.
Oh, by the way, his van was unmarked.
Oh, it was?
It was a silver van. Yeah, we did have a shot of that earlier.
An unmarked van.
It was a silver van, and it didn't say WHDH.
Which added to the creepiness and scariness, I'm sure.
I'd say it wasn't the smartest move in the world, but probably not that big a deal.
Well, I think that's the whole point. If the jurors felt threatened and they're already on a high-profile case in which, 3 people's deaths are in the middle, I mean, who wants to look around and say, oh, my God, somebody's tailing me? Yeah, I wouldn't like that either. And however, I don't understand why the judge doesn't kick them all out, period, out of the... I don't get that. The judge, she let Channel 7 stay in the courtroom, but just said the cameraman couldn't.
No, you're right, because actually she's taking a punitive action against him when really it's the station.
And he was clear under oath, as he said, my people at the station wondered, would it be a good idea if we had? So to me, I interpreted that was an assignment.
Yeah, I think if you're on a jury, you know that the news media is going to contact you. It's usually, of course, after the verdict. So, but I don't see that this is. I'm with you. Driving down there to see where they are going to get in their cars is hardly to me a contact. A bigger concern for me with this judge is the fact that she told Odin Lloyd's mother, the dead man, not to show emotion when she took the witness stand. I could not believe that. Why shouldn't his mother
when did that become
show emotion when she's up there talking about her murdered son?
Well, she wasn't on the stand. She was in the audience.
Yeah.
But still.
Well,
no, she was on the stand. You're right.
On the stand. And I thought, Really?
Yeah. Well, I didn't understand that same ruling from Judge O'Toole the other day about no reaction in the courtroom.
Yeah, well...
One thing for the media not to react, but the
I've
other
never
people-
heard a judge tell a mother of a dead
Where's
child...
Perry Mason when you need him?
I'm glad you remembered that, Marjorie. I thought that was absolutely outrageous.
It was outrageous.
Yeah.
So her being upset about the jurors, to me, is just... I hope you've rethought your lecturing the mother of the dead victim in this case.
Yeah. I agree.